chosen one God, deleted this from everyone else's feed, but intentionally planted it in yours. Look closely at the circumstances of your life right now. You have been quietly wondering why the doors you knocked on remained shut, why certain relationships suddenly dissolved without closure, and why you feel an invisible barrier between you and the rest of the world. The human mind calls this rejection, but heaven calls it a greenhouse. You are not being punished, you are being preserved. The Creator orchestrated this exact moment, bypassing millions of other people to drop this specific confirmation into your spirit. You carry a seed of purpose that requires absolute isolation to take root. If you had stayed in those old environments, your calling would have been contaminated by their confusion. This message is your proof that the divine has not forgotten you. In fact, he is actively guarding you. Stay with me until the very end of this message. Do not let distraction pull you away, and do not scroll past this moment, because by the time we reach the end of our time together today, I am going to do 3 very specific things for you. First, you will understand exactly why this profoundly hidden season was absolutely necessary for your survival. Second, I am going to give you a specific protocol to navigate this overwhelming silence so you stop feeling like you are losing your mind. And third, I will reveal the extraordinary identity that is waiting for you on the other side of this transition. What is actually happening in your mental mechanism when you are completely alone? We are going to uncover the truth about that today. Imagine you are sitting in your car right now. You have just arrived home after a long day, or maybe you are parked completely alone in an empty parking lot, but you do not turn the key to get out. The engine is off. The night is quiet. The faint glowing light of the dashboard is the only thing illuminating your face. You feel this heavy, invisible weight resting right on your chest, a quiet ache that you cannot quite explain to anyone. Your thumb is slowly scrolling through the contacts on your phone. You are looking at dozens, maybe hundreds of names, people you have known for years, people you have helped, people you have loved. But as you scroll, a quiet, heartbreaking realization washes over your spirit. There is not a single person on that entire list you can call right now who would truly understand the depth of what you are going through. You are surrounded by people in your everyday life, yet you have never felt more profoundly unseen. You are carrying a spiritual weight that has no translation in normal human conversation. This is not an accident. There are deep, undeniable shifts happening inside you that prove this is a divine setup. The first confirmation you are experiencing is that your tolerance for drama has completely dropped to zero. It is not just that you dislike gossip anymore. It feels like a physical, allergic reaction in your spirit. When people around you start talking about superficial things, complaining about illusions, or engaging in toxic cycles, you feel an immediate, overwhelming urge to leave the room. You cannot pretend to care about things that do not matter anymore. The second confirmation is happening through synchronicities. You are not looking for signs, but they are hunting you down. A specific song keeps playing when you walk into a room. A very specific phrase keeps repeating itself across entirely different, unrelated conversations. You keep catching the clock at the exact same numbers day after day. This is not your imagination working overtime. This is heaven, ensuring that the connection is active, whispering to you that you are entirely on the right path, even when the path is entirely dark. And the third confirmation is your intense, almost magnetic need to withdraw from the crowd. The people around you might look at your isolation and whisper that you are depressed. They might tell you that you are losing your edge, or that you are isolating yourself because you are sad. But they are entirely wrong. You are not withdrawing out of sadness. You are withdrawing because you are experiencing a massive spiritual energy overload. Your spirit is absorbing so much transition, so much internal rewiring, that your system requires complete and utter solitude just to process the upgrade. Notice how your spirit feels crowded even when you are physically alone in an empty room. Notice how small talk now feels physically exhausting, draining the life and energy right out of your bones. Notice how absolute silence has become your only true refuge. This is not self-isolation. You did not do this to yourself, and you are not failing at life. This is a divine quarantine. The Father is actively clearing your frequency. He is removing the static, the noise, and the opinions of others, so that you can finally hear the pure instruction for your next chapter. If you have felt this quiet pulling away, if your soul recognizes the truth, in these words type 111 inches. The comments, right now. Let that action anchor your truth. Let it be the moment you stop fighting the silence, stop feeling guilty for needing space, and start trusting the profound process that is happening within you. I am naming this early because I do not want to build mystery just to sell you something at the end of our time together. Let me be direct and transparent about a tool that exists for this exact season, so you can decide right now whether to stay for the full picture. What we just discussed about your profound isolation, it creates a very real impact on your brain frequency. When you are unplugged from the world like this, your brain desperately needs a new anchor so it does not drift into anxiety. The Creator gave us an incredible capacity for self-healing, and neuroscience calls the highest state of this divine wiring the gamma brainwave. Dr. Robert Lake has created a tool specifically for this transition, and it is called the Genius Song. It is a simple 7-minute audio track using advanced brain entrainment to reactivate your dormant gamma waves, helping ensure your frequency does not sink into despair during these long days of isolation. If your spirit already recognizes that this is the tool you need to navigate the quiet, the link is waiting for you in the description and the pinned comment. But please do not rush. Stay for the full message if you need more context. For those of you staying with me, let me explain exactly why the seed requires the dark to grow. Because the darkness around you is not an empty void. It is doing something highly specific. Remember the greenhouse I mentioned earlier? Let us walk inside it. Remember the greenhouse I mentioned earlier? Let us walk inside it. This is where you finally understand exactly why this profoundly hidden season was absolutely necessary for your survival. You are hidden because you are in the process of being anointed. Look at the ancient wisdom found in the story of David. When the prophet Samuel came to an house to anoint the new king, David was not even invited to the family dinner. He was the youngest, the most overlooked, and he was hidden out in the wilderness with the sheep. He was forgotten by his own father and ignored by the people who should have championed him. But I need you to completely reframe how you see the wilderness. The wilderness is not the place where God throws you away. It is the exact place where He trains you without the toxic interference of an audience. Think about it. If David had been raised in the comfort of the palace, the politics and the corruption of that palace would have destroyed his heart long before he ever received the crown. The isolation was his ultimate preservation. Your hiddenness is your training ground. Let me tell you what the enemy actually tries to do in this phase. The enemy watches you sitting in the dark, and he knows with absolute certainty that he cannot stop the anointing that is on your life. He cannot stop the elevation. So instead, he tries to manipulate your timeline. He wants you to look around your empty, quiet life, feel a sudden wave of panic, and force your way into the spotlight before your character is fully formed. He desperately wants you to break your silence prematurely, because if you step into the light before your internal foundation is completely sealed, you will eventually collapse under the immense weight of your own calling. Let us just pause right here. Take a slow, intentional breath. Look back at the last year of your life. Look at how desperately you tried to hold on to relationships that were naturally, inevitably falling away. Look at how much of your precious energy you spent trying to explain your heart to people who were entirely committed to misunderstanding you. In your mind right now, I want you to simply forgive yourself for trying to save what heaven was actively trying to sever. Just breathe into that acceptance. You did not lose them. You simply outgrew the environment where those connections could survive. What is happening to you right now is a massive divine reorganization. Heaven is actively rearranging 3 specific areas of your life and you must understand how to flow with this current rather than fighting it. First, your relationships. People you thought would be with you forever are exiting your life. It is hurtful, and it leaves a sting, but it is deeply necessary. Do not try to hold them back. Do not chase them down to explain your side of the story. Just when you think you are going to walk this earth completely alone, people who speak the exact same soul language as you will suddenly appear. But there must be empty space in your life for them to occupy. Second, your purpose. You might be looking at your path right now, feeling a paralyzing sense of confusion, wondering what you are actually supposed to do next. Do not force a result out of fear. The confusion you feel right now is just the dust settling from the demolition of your old life. Once that dust settles, a sharp, undeniable clarity will hit you. Those brilliant eureka moments are being prepared for you in the unseen realm right now. Third, your provision. The resources, the finances, the opportunities. You might feel a profound sense of lack or an agonizing delay. Do not panic. The doors that are about to open for you will not open through human networking or traditional logic. They are going to open through divine orchestration. I want to show you something beautiful about the original ancient language. When you think of the word hide, you think of being covered up or obscured from view. But in ancient Hebrew, the word is sathar. Sathar does not just mean to be hidden. It means to be protected as a precious, invaluable secret. It means to be sheltered in the shadow of the Almighty. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are sathar. You are being carefully and deliberately kept as a precious secret until the exact appointed time of your revealing. If you are ready to stop fighting the transition and let heaven completely reorganize your life, type "I receive" in the comments right now. Make that declaration and let it settle deep into your bones. Before I can give you the protocol to navigate this, and before I reveal the ultimate identity you are stepping into, there is one more thing I need to reveal. There is an obstacle inside you that is actively fighting this transition, and if you do not recognize it, you will self-sabotage right at the finish line. This is what is actually happening in your mental mechanism when you are completely alone. You are sitting in the divine greenhouse, but your mind is caught in a devastating comparison trap. You open social media, you scroll through your feed, and you see everyone else seemingly moving forward. They are celebrating major milestones, taking leaps, finding their partners, building their empires, while your life feels completely stagnant. In that specific moment, a heavy wave of unworthiness washes over you, and you feel entirely useless. But you must understand the psychological reality of what is happening. The human brain is biologically wired to seek evidence of survival through the community. When you are physically and socially isolated, your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, sends out a false alarm. It tells your nervous system that you are in grave danger simply because you are separated from the pack. It is a biological survival response, not a spiritual truth. The darkness and the spiritual opposition cannot stop God from elevating you, but it can distract you. It can feed you the highlight reels of everyone else's life to breed a deep, toxic bitterness in your heart. The opposition wants you to look at their harvest season and despise your own planting season. What happens if you try to break this silence too early? What happens if you let that bitterness push you into rushing your own development just to prove to the world that you are doing something? You abort the miracle before it is fully formed. Hear me clearly. You are allowed to unfollow people. You are allowed to protect your digital environment. You are allowed to step away from every space that makes you feel like you are falling behind. You are allowed to completely disappear from the radar until you are fully ready to emerge. You do not owe anyone an apology for protecting what God is building inside of you. Take a deep breath. The hardest part of the wilderness is behind us. Now, let us talk about how to walk out of it. The tool you need right now is what I call the Sacred Silence Protocol. It is a very specific framework to protect your energy while you are in this greenhouse. The first step of this protocol is simply recognizing the overwhelming urge to explain yourself. When someone misunderstands your isolation, or when the enemy whispers that you are falling behind, you will feel a sudden anxious spike in your chest. You will want to text someone, post something, or defend your current season. When you feel that spike, you move to the second step, which is a deliberate, intentional 24-hour delay. You make a spiritual contract with yourself that you will not respond, react, or defend your path to anyone for one full day. And in the third step, during those 24 hours, I want you to perform a mental action. You do not need to get up or grab a pen. Right where you are, whether you are lying in bed or driving your car, I want you to mentally visualize writing down heaven's affirmation over your life. Picture those words being carved into your mind. If you try to break your silence and explain your calling to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you will bleed out the exact energy that heaven is trying to store up for your breakthrough. Let me pause and put this in plain words so you have something solid to stand on. Here is what you now know. Your season of isolation is not a punishment or a failure. It is a necessary divine quarantine to protect your frequency from environments that would dilute it. The tool I just gave you, the Sacred Silence Protocol, requires you to delay your reactions by 24 hours. When you do this, you stop bleeding your energy to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, and you retain that power for your own healing. And the identity piece connecting all this is that you are the seed. You had to be buried in the dark so the outer shell of your ego could break, allowing the root system of your true purpose to anchor deep into the soil. That is not mysticism. That is spiritual physics. Remember, at the beginning of this message, I mentioned a tool designed specifically for this isolated season. Now it is time to show you exactly how it anchors you. You were born with a profoundly strong gamma brainwave frequency. It is the frequency of deep intuition, of flow states, and of direct, divine connection. But the trauma of growing up, the stress of your environment, and the painful experiences of your past caused what scientists call the decline effect. Your gamma frequency was pushed down and forced to go dormant just so you could survive the noise of the world. Dr. Robert Lake is a neuroscientist who has spent 34 years mapping this exact phenomenon. Through extensive research at institutions like MIT and Princeton, it was discovered that the brain can actually be entrained to safely return to its original gamma state. I want to tell you about a 47-year-old finance manager who was going through the exact same crushing isolation you are feeling right now. She started using this tool in complete silence. For the first 18 days, she felt absolutely nothing dramatic. There were no sudden miracles, but she trusted the process. Around day 34, she woke up and realized the heavy mental fog was entirely gone. A sharp, undeniable clarity had returned to her spirit, and she felt a quiet peace that was so strong, she no longer felt the need to explain herself to anyone. I would never disrespect your financial situation, and I know that $39 is a real decision for many people. But Dr. Lake intentionally condensed this entire 34 years of research into a single 7-minute audio track called The Genius Song, and he made it available for a one-time cost of exactly $39. When you consider that people spend $15 every single month on generic meditation apps that do not even target the gamma frequency, you realize this is a highly specific tool designed for exactly what you are going through. And your peace of mind is completely protected by a 90-day guarantee. If your spirit does not feel the shift, you will receive a full refund, and you will still keep all $80 worth of free bonuses that come with it. You keep the Genius Child audio track, the classic book on abundance, the guided visualization, and the 5-habit infographic. You keep all of it. Every single day you let your gamma frequency sleep in the dark is another day you are forced to fight your confusion using your own exhausted human strength instead of divine guidance. I must warn you, because there are counterfeit versions and generic audio tracks floating around the internet claiming to do this. To ensure you receive the authentic brain entrainment technology, you must use the official link. I want you to close your eyes for just 3 seconds right now, or simply soften your gaze if you are driving. Take a breath. This decision is not about the money. It is about whether you are finally ready to believe in the identity that heaven has already written for you. If your spirit is confirming this right now, you will find the official link in the description and the pinned comment below. Follow it only if you feel led. You are not just a person who has been rejected by the world. You are the cycle breaker. That is your true identity. The reason Thunder the Divine had to delete you from the feed of the world, the reason you had to be separated from your old bloodlines and your old friend groups, is because if you continued to absorb their energy, you would have repeated the exact same trauma of the generations before you. You were pulled into the dark so you could break the chain. You are the one who changes the bloodline. You are the one who restores the foundation. Do not say amen yet. What I am about to declare over you is not just a prayer. It is an impartation to completely seal this new identity into your life. If you are ready to let go of the past, I want you to type "I release the old" in the comments right now to prepare your spirit for this activation. Let us just sit in this stillness for a moment. Thank you, Creator, for the profound protection of the wilderness. Thank you for hiding this chosen soul in the shadow of your wings when the world tried to break them. Right now, I want you to mentally release every ounce of guilt you have been carrying for outgrowing the people you used to know. Let it fall off your shoulders. You do not owe anyone an apology for becoming who you were always meant to be. Hear this declaration over your life. You are hidden, but you are holy. You are isolated, but you are insulated. You are planted, and you are fully prepared to rise. It is sealed. If your spirit just shifted, type "I am ready" in the comments with the force of a lion. Let your like on this video be your amen without words, a silent agreement with heaven that you accept this transition. And if someone specific came to your mind while you were listening, someone who has been unusually quiet lately, someone who has pulled away from the crowd, someone who looks completely fine on the outside, but you know they are walking through the wilderness in secret, send this message to them. Do not hesitate. This might be the exact confirmation they have been desperately praying for. You are not just leaving a video today. You are walking out of the waiting room. Your season has officially turned.